features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
Livingston. Livingston!
What is it now?
Oh, there you are. Did you know that in January of 1862, California endured one of the greatest floods in West Coast history?
I am well aware of this event.
It rained for 43 days and nights and destroyed much of the state. And did you know that right at this very moment, we are experiencing a similar atmospheric river event that could bring a similar fate this year as well?
Unlikely.
Tangela says that Mr. Livingston is probably right, because in light of the fact that he is old enough to have actually experienced the first California Great Flood, the odds of him encountering the next one as well is statistically improbable. Welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. You've met my doubting Thomas of a butler, Mr. Livingston, and over on this side of the spectrum would be the dazzling little darling who makes our small village dizzy with destruction, the lovely and talented Miss Tangela. And do we have a most soggy and saturated special program in store for you? The purpose in broaching the topic of rainy weather is because, 1, it is raining like cats and dogs here tonight, but more importantly, 2, we shall present to you a fine Irwin Allen film from 1976 called Flood, whose title contains a prominent exclamation mark, so you know it shall be fantastic. Starring Roddy McDowell, Barbara Hershey, and Robert Culp. Tangela, you do know that any film which stars the legendary Robert Culp is sure to be a cinematic delight, don't you? I thought so. This film centers around a great flood in Texas, which weakens the large reservoir and jeopardizes the small town below its waterline.
Damn.
Livingston, we're a family program. It is improper for you to use 4-letter words in front of our audience.
I left off the N, so it was only a 3-letter word.
Oh, I stand corrected. Joining us to watch this slippery story will be our old friend, neighbor, and author, Laurie Jacobson. She'll show us a new book, tell us some sordid tales about the stars in tonight's film, and likely regale us with details about how Tangela's goats often escape their pasture, only to wreak havoc upon her prize-winning petunias. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of high water fright, right here on Creature Features. Stay tuned. Laurie Jacobson, do you know that our viewers could be watching Gunsmoke on Channel 7?
Really?
Listen to this. An unscrupulous landowner uses violence in an attempt to evict a homesteader and his family from their claim.
Oh, how cruel.
I think our show tonight's better. Don't switch over, because we've got a good film, and we've got Laurie Jacobson, right? And who's this bloke?
Gee, he looks oddly familiar.
Yes, he's Timmy from Lassie. And there's Lassie. Timmy, Lassie.
He's also my husband.
He's a bit young for you to have married. No. He's a bit older now, is he not?
Yeah,
But
yes,
he's
he
still
is.
got these teeth. Right? No, he still has that little gap in his teeth.
Oh, the
so
gap.
it's
Yes,
nice.
he has
All
the
right.
gap.
Right. All right. Anyways, how are you, Miss Laurie?
I'm great.
It's
Thank
been
you.
so long. Last time I saw you, I believe, we discussed the Beatles.
Ah, yes. Oh, wow. So that was a while back. That's over a year.
Has it been a year?
Yeah.
Well, I see you. She lives right down the street. So I drive by and I honk. And then sometimes her gardener, gives me the bird. He thinks I'm complaining that he's, using his thing on the road. And I'm just beeping to say hello to Laurie and John.
Yes, and I'm usually waving madly from the window.
So what do you think about all this rain?
Kind of lovely.
It's nice. Typically it's like the desert out here. And
Yes.
we have fog in Bodega Bay, but we don't have much rain. And now it's like coming down cats and dogs.
Yes,
is it not?
and how we need it. We're our drought and
Right.
fire situation, so I'm thrilled.
Right. So enough about that. Let's talk about you. So you've done a rewrite of an old book of yours.
Yes.
Your first book.
It wasn't my first. I think it was my second. Hollywood Haunted, it's
Hollywood
called.
Haunted.
And it's 100 years of ghostly goings-on in Hollywood.
We should have shown a ghost film tonight. I think we looked and we didn't have one.
We talked about getting that, but
Yeah, no. They're tough to get sometimes because, ghosts are, they're a bit camera shy.
flighty.
No, and I think their union is on strike at the moment, the ghost union. Right. No, they're not doing movies right now. So we're going to talk about your book, and then we're going to do this film, Flood, 1976. And you know all the actors in this film.
Well, I knew a few quite well. Carol Lindley was a great pal of mine.
right.
Marty Milner I knew. I'd met Roddy McDowell, and John also had met him because he was the first Lassie boy.
Oh, he was he not?
Yes, he was, MGM.
Yes. And then Barbara
But
Hershey.
it's just filled with celebrities. It's
What about
unbelievable.
Robert Culp? Do you know Robert Culp?
I never knew him.
Oh. He's
Fell
dead
down-
now, you know.
Yes, hit his head on the
Oh, is that
curb.
what happened?
Yeah,
Oh.
tragic. Out jogging, slipped, and so,
Oh, don't jog at home.
That's
because-
right.
No, that's not good. All right, well, I'm going to signal we're going to start the film, but when we come back, we're going to look at your book, right?
And Leif Garrett is also in this movie.
Leif Garrett.
He was a pop star.
It sounds like his name's backwards. Shouldn't it be Garrett
Garrett
Leif?
Leif, no?
No?
Leif
All right.
Garrett.
Let's start the film. We'll talk
Okay.
about these guys after. All right, off we go to Flood, 1976. Don't go away because something fun's going to happen. Hello friends, Tangella and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangella out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble. Welcome back. We're with Laurie Jacobson talking about Hollywood Haunted. This is the new revision.
Yes,
You call it an author's cut.
the author's cut. Yes, when my book first came out in the 90s,
This came out in the 90s.
it did. It was in
Oh.
print for almost 20 years.
My goodness.
And then my publishers just let it sit. When it first came out, they cut 100 pages from
That's
the book.
terrible.
Not for content, but because they didn't want to pay for a more expensive printing job.
The paper. It was simply, well, now they could do the electronic books, right? So it doesn't matter.
So I finally got it back from them, and then I added the 100 pages back.
And was Madonna part of those 100 pages?
Yes.
She's not dead.
No, she's
not haunting anybody except all radios with her music.
Oh.
No, do you like Madonna? You listen to Madonna?
I don't have any albums of hers, no.
I do.
Oh.
The old stuff. The new stuff, I don't know.
Like a Prayer, I really love that song.
No, she's doing like techno stuff now, is she not?
I don't know what she's doing now.
Nobody knows what she's doing. So why is she in this book?
She lived in a terrifyingly haunted house.
Oh, where?
Up in Beechwood Canyon in Hollywood, right next to the Hollywood sign.
And have you been in this home?
I have not been in it, no.
But it's written about in this book?
Yes.
So who do you think's haunting it?
Well, there are rumors that Bugsy Siegel, who was a big gangster,
The Bugsy Siegel?
that he owned it, that he had parties there, and that there were people who got bumped off there, and there was something terribly evil and frightening in that house. And when she finally had children, she moved right out.
Because she had seen things.
And her house sitters and housekeepers, and yeah, they were locked out of the house. People called a man called people's names in the middle of the night. Lights went on and off in the garden.
I think that was paparazzi. No, they climb over fences and the flashing from the cameras.
Oh, this was a very difficult house to get to.
So she moved, and then did the haunting stop?
I don't know after she moved.
I venture to guess that it did stop because the ghosts were upset that bloody Madonna was living in their home. I would, if I was a ghost, I would haunt people for bringing Madonna in my home. Maybe not. I jest. No, I like Madonna. Not that much, but I do like her. So
There you
I own
go.
more albums than you.
Yes, you do.
All right, we're going to get to the film, but when we come back, we're going to talk some more about this book.
Okay.
Right? All right, off we go back to Flood 1976. Don't go away. Or if you do, don't forget about us. Welcome back to the show. Miss Laurie stepped away. You know, I think she went to get a dog.
Well, she did bring her dog with her.
She brought the white fluffy dog. So maybe it had to go piddle outside.
I hope that's what they do.
Piddle or go outside?
Go outside.
Right. No, he doesn't like it when dogs piddle in the house. Anyways, we're going to do some letters because you sent us letters. And if we don't read them, that would be completely rude, would it not?
Sacrilegious.
Sacrilegious. What have you got for me, Mr. Livingston?
John Guzman from Lancaster, California.
Lancaster, California?
With interesting stickers
Oh,
on
look
it.
at this. There's a sticker of Tangela making your pouty face. You know, whenever she makes this face, she's cross with typically me. Okay, so we've got a self-addressed stamped envelope. May we please have a signed photo? Thanking you in advance. I think we could arrange that. And then what else have we got? We've got a thing and another thing. Oh, look, more Tangela stickers.
They're all Tangela stickers.
If you put those up all over town, the villagers will burn our building, so don't you dare do that. All right.
And
oh,
the
my
police
goodness.
will find her easily.
All right, let me read the note. Dear Vincent, Livingston, and Tangela, my husband and I watch your show every Saturday night, and we even make it all date night.
Oh,
Now,
that's
what's with
nice.
this date night thing? I mean, I know what a date night is, but
Oh, do you?
yes, why would they make us their date night? We should be like a work night show, should we not?
You're very confusing.
No, well, date night. All right. So since you all have given us so much entertainment, we want to give back a little to you all, especially Miss Tangella. We wrote a little poem in her honor and had some stickers made of and for her to slap on the foreheads of those who might annoy her. Oh, look at this. I didn't even read the note. She knew exactly what to do. We have enclosed a small check for any of the crew should they need to purchase some sticker removal. Well, that makes sense. Crystal and John Guzman, Lancaster, California. Well, that's very nice. Look, they sent us a check and another poem. And the check is for 25 American dollars. Don't let her near that check. You couldn't cash it anyways. It says creature features. All right, the poem. Ode to Tangella. In shadows deep where whispers dwell, a tale unfolds of Tangella's spell. Her 2 eyes orbs of midnight's grace reflect the void of a hollow space. That kind of implies that her head's hollow, does it not? Somewhat right. A spectre draped in sorrow's shroud, her presence weaves a funeral cloud. Through haunted halls her footsteps glide, a phantom dance where echoes bide. Tangella, mistress of the night, a dark sprite kiss, a chilling bite, graces creature features every Saturday night. Well, that's for, I think they missed their calling. They
That's
should be
rather creative.
a poet, like a Robert Louis
You liked
Stevenson
it.
level thing.
She liked it, I believe.
She did like it. No. Well, anytime somebody says something nice to her, she likes it. Make sure we
about
get that
her.
to the people who send the photos.
Yes. Here's one from the United Kingdom.
The UK, I know this place. All right, this is from Benton, from Windsor, of all places.
Windsor.
I wonder if he knew the Queen. No? All right, hello to the Creature Feature family. Just had to write in to say that I'm really enjoying watching the movies you show. Kind of like an old drive-in. Yeah, there aren't too many drive-ins in Windsor.
Not that I'm aware of.
No. I've been watching your YouTube channel during my rehabilitation and it has helped me a lot. I have 2 suggestions for possible future episodes. Todor. Wonder if he means Tobor.
I'm not sure.
Todor, never heard of. We'll look into that. But I think you're thinking of Tobor, which is robot spelled backwards. Remember that 50s movie that had a little boy and the robot?
No, I do not.
You should watch our program sometime. Or if you could get it as in your intro, Zardos. One hell of a weird film. We've tried to get Zardos and they told us no.
Sean Connery.
Well, Sean Connery did not tell us no. He's dead.
But he's in the
But
movie.
the people, I think it's MGM or somebody, they said no. No, he's wearing like
A
fancy
loincloth.
pants. A loincloth? All right. Keep up your excellent work, Benton from Windsor, UK. Well, thank you so much, Benton, and we hope you're staying out of the fog in Windsor. What's this?
This is from Brownville. I believe that's Maine.
All right. But you could have said it was from David Bunn. Oh, this looks nice. What is this?
It's lovely writing.
I don't know. I'll pass this to the young lady and let her deal with the merchandise. All right. This is a long letter I shall read quickly in a spooky font as well. All right. Hi, Vincent, Tangella, and Livingston. You guys are cheap. Really cheap. For one low subscription, I'm getting 8 movies a month and access to all your past shows. All your fans should subscribe and support you. Oh, he's being sarcastic. He frightened me for a
Indeed.
moment. He must be talking about Creature Features TV. If you want to check it out, Creature Features TV. There's enough cheese in your movies to feed a festival. I'm a 70-year-old fan and love the entertainment. Oh my goodness, $2 bills. The entertainment you all provide. 2 movies I think your audience would enjoy are Carry On Screaming, we've done it, a 1966 British horror comedy, and number 12 in the Carry On series of films that run to 31 total films from 1958 to 1992. So you know they're funny. The other is Meet the Feebles. Oh, I like that title.
Meet the Feeble.
Meet the Feebles, a 1989 Peter Jackson horror comedy with puppets. Puppets that bleed.
Peter Jackson.
You know who he is. He did Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Right. I write and produce cheesy horror comics and would love to entertain you all with them to give some entertainment back because you guys deserve a laugh. I'm sending a trade paperback collection and a comic for each of you but you have to choose who gets what. The paperback is to share, so please don't fight. Keep up the great work at the Poulter Mansion. I also work from home. I produce my horror comics from the 100-year-old church I live in. If God does not have a sense of humor, I'm going to hell. If you could all send me an autographed picture for my collection, it would be awesome. Enclosed is some postage cash. Johnny Depp sent me a signed photo free, but I know you can use the cash for pizza or something. We could do pizza, could we not? No, we'll send you one, of course. Much love your way, your fanboy, David Bunn, Brownville, Maine. Well, wonderful. Show me one of these books. Oh, that's lovely. Look at this.
Or a few of them, actually.
Look at this. He's quite the artist, and I'm just dropping this everywhere. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic. We'll have to take a peek at those, and the photos on your way, sir. Last one?
And postage.
That's the postage, right. Put it in the pile.
And this is from Robert Muddleman from Tipton, Indiana.
Robert whom?
Muddleman.
It's a long letter. All right, dear Creature Features, I'm writing with a mixture of awe and exasperation about your show. It's a rare talent to create something so peculiar that it compels me to file something of complaint. Vincent, our has-been rock star host, your wardrobe seems to be screaming for help louder than your horror movie victims. I've been seeing more life in the taxidermied animals on your library wall than in your on-screen persona. A bit more pep, or at least a less comatose demeanor, would be much appreciated. Is he talking about me?
I believe he is.
Yeah, well, I'm not comatose. Don't you smile, you're next. Livingston, the butler. You're so stiff, I'm half convinced you're an advanced animatronic. I'm not sure what's more wooden, your expression or the home's furniture. A smile perhaps might not crack your face, would it?
It would.
And Tangela. You're intriguingly mute, yet your presence is as unnerving as a silent alarm. Your character is like a puzzle, missing half its pieces. Intriguing, but ultimately unsatisfying. How about a little peek into that mysterious mind?
You don't want to go there.
That's a response. Now onto the movies you feature. They're so obscure, I wonder if you're just making them up. I half expect to see a film directed by Vincent's alter ego from his glitzy rock days. A bit more variety, maybe something from this century, would be a refreshing change. I don't think we've ever shown a film from this century, have we? There's a couple of those homemade ones, but we don't have the money for those types of films. And nobody wants to see them anyways. They've seen them all.
They've seen them all.
Finally, the home decor. It's like a Halloween clearance sale at a secondhand shop. It's so cliche, it's almost avant-garde. Maybe introduce a plant. Something alive amidst the dreariness, perhaps. In summary, your show is an odd mix of the monotonous and the bizarre, and yet here I am, week after week, wondering what oddity I'll witness next. Keep it up, I suppose. It's strangely captivating. Sincerely, Robert Muttleman, Tipton, Indiana. That sounds like a nice place. I don't know if Robert's nice, but it sounds like a nice place, right?
You sounded nice enough.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for letters. If you'd like to send us a letter of your own, go to the web address you see here, and you'll see how to send us a rather odd email, or a box of books you wrote, or a truck full of cheese, right?
No, let us forego the cheese.
All right, forego the cheese, but everything else is good if you go visit the site. And we'll be right back with Laurie Jacobson, but first let's get back to Flood.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features. If you're just joining us, we've got Laurie Jacobson. We're watching Flood. And Casper, the friendly ghost dog,
Yes.
has joined us. He's so cute.
Thank you.
Tangela has kidnapped him on numerous occasions.
Yes, she has. But she's good to him.
I was going to say, animals are safe with Tangella. People are not. So if she ever kidnaps your husband, John Provost, he's probably going to get tossed down a well.
She has done that. She's tied him up.
She has threatened to throw him down the well, but she has not yet thrown him down the well. All right, we're here talking about Laurie's book, Hollywood Haunted. Shouldn't it have been Haunted Hollywood?
There is a very old book called Hollywood Haunted, so?
A comma. Hollywood, or no, like an ellipse. Hollywood, ...
Haunted. Well, yes, right. I did.
That's what the movie will be called, right? Maybe. Anyways, this film, Flood, you know a lot about these stars. Roddy McDowall and Laura Lindley.
Carol Lindley.
Carol Lindley was in Poseidon Adventure.
Poseidon Adventure.
Right.
Also produced by Irwin Allen, who produced this.
Right. So you think there's something going on there?
I think they were very old dear friends.
Right. But I mean, why would they be cast in two Irwin Allen disaster films?
They must have been good friends with Irwin Allen.
Oh.
He must have enjoyed working with them.
Oh, no, that makes complete...
And there's just a plethora of stars in this movie. It's incredible.
Like, name another that you know something about.
Well, Gloria Stewart, who started out in silent films, and most people know her from Titanic.
Titanic.
With Leo DiCaprio. And
what did she play?
Oh, she played the old lady who...
Oh, she did?
Who was portrayed... young.
No, I know, but I thought that was what's-her-face in old makeup.
No.
It was a real old lady.
Yeah. Gloria Stewart.
Well, so you learn something
Anne
every day.
Duran, one of my favorite character actresses. She played James Dean's mother in Rebel Without a Cause. She's in this.
Anne Duran related to Duran Duran?
No. Spelled differently.
All right. No,
Two people in this film portrayed my husband's parents in Escapade from Japan, Cameron Mitchell and Teresa Wright.
When John was just a wee lad.
Just a wee lad.
He did films besides Lassie.
Before Lassie.
Right.
Yeah.
And then these people played his parents.
Yes.
How wonderful. Well, John should have been lost in space because his mother was, what's her name?
June Lockhart.
June Lockhart, right? So why was John not cast in Lost in Space? Because June Lockhart left her son and her dog on Earth. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
Right. So all my jokes. Let's get back to this film, shall we?
Okay.
All right. Off we go to Flood, 1976. And when we come back, we're going to talk about your book some more. Right?
Okay.
All right. Off we go. Don't go away.
Hi, my name is Aaron, calling from Monaga, PA. Just want to let you know how much I appreciate the show. I'm 51. I grew up watching a late-night horror show in Ohio. Been looking for a good one for years, and it's great to have this to go on YouTube and watch. Thanks a lot. Bye.
I think, Laurie, when you do the television commercial for your book, Hollywood Haunted, it should be like Ghostly Floated. Right?
Oh, I like that idea.
Ooh, with that sound in the background, Hollywood Haunted. That'd be wonderful. No. I could direct your
There you
TV
go.
commercial. I'll do it. Okay. All right. Wonderful book. I want to know, what is the most terrifying tale in this book?
Well, there are a number of them.
But one is more than the rest.
I used to work at this place called the Comedy Store on the Sunset Strip.
Right.
And it was a very famous nightclub in the 40s and 50s called Ciro's. And it was so popular that the mob took great interest in the club and the money the club was making. And some people got bumped off there. And so there are some very unhappy spirits. And one of them has been in the basement of the Comedy Store for decades. We brought psychics and parapsychologists down there who immediately got terrible pains in their legs, like somebody was brought down there and had their legs broken. But there is a blacker than black 7-foot shadowy figure that has appeared there and come up into the hallway upstairs and sent people terrified, running.
He might be an attorney, because my attorney is much like that as well. No. All right, so the entity is still there.
So one of the people that witnessed this shadowy figure refused to go down in the basement, but the owner of the Comedy Store, Mitzi Shore, mother of Pauly Shore, who is frightening for other reasons,
right.
She insisted that Blake go down to the basement and get her some supplies. So he took 2 friends with him. And the moment they got downstairs, one of the friends saw the black thing start to rise up from the corner, and he held his hands up, screaming, "No, no." And Blake couldn't see it that time, but he knew what it was, and he grabbed his friend's hands, and he said they were burning hot, like they'd been held against a stove, and yet he could see the breath of all 3 of them downstairs like it was freezing, and they were scrambling to get up the steps, and something fell from out of nowhere and hit Blake on the hands, and he picked it up, and it had his name written on it. And my feeling is, when they know your name, run like hell.
Like the IRS.
There you go.
Right. That's right. So is this place still open?
Yes, oh sure.
So if you go to this comedy club, ask to go downstairs, and then let us know what you find.
The whole place, from the basement to the 3rd floor, filled with ghosts of all kinds. Some are quite pleasant.
Oh, well, you've got to have a few pleasant ones. Right.
Some, I think, return because they had such a great time there. Right. And they're drinking and talking, ladies talking about guys
I like gangster talk.
Two-time made
no, I can never
that heel.
Do that. All right, well, let's say when we come back, we talk about this movie that you were involved with.
Okay.
But in the meantime, let's find out what's happening with the floodwaters, and we'll be back after the break. Don't go away.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
It's a haunted, spooky night of flooding here on Creature Features. This movie, which was done by our director Tom, Haunted Sonoma County, the new improved version, you were involved in this.
Yes, Tom and I co-wrote it.
Right.
And I hosted it, and he directed it.
Right. So you're like an official ghost hunter, right? I mean, should you not have like the sash that says
I'd
ghost hunter?
like a sash. I've always wanted a sash.
Sash. You should wear a sash. And you should have a tool belt that contains all the ghost hunting devices. You know, we've had quite a few ghost hunters on here, and they have lots of hardware.
Yes, they do. It would be a very heavy belt to wear.
I was thinking of starting a company called Ghostly Supply. No, because I want to make some money off of these people.
Well, there you go.
No, it'd be wonderful. I could sell them like things that have normal uses in homes, and I could say, here's a spatula. This is used for finding dark spirits at the bottom of comedy clubs, right? Here's a spatula. This is how you get rid of them, with a spatula. It's a special spatula. I don't know. I just. So this is a re-release.
Yes, much like my book, it
Right.
has come out again and is revised and improved and elongated.
New stories, better editing, more color, maybe. Right?
Tom's effects are fantastic in it.
Right, right.
The music's great, and the story is really spooky, really spooky.
But they're
stuff.
not stories. They're
Actual.
Right.
Actual hauntings.
This is all like based on like your book, reported occurrences of the supernatural.
Oh, yes. Sonoma County has an incredible history, and we have delved into at least 100 years of it.
It was like the Wild West.
Stagecoach stops where very unsavory types.
What's your favorite tale?
I think it's a fort where near the Russian River, where actual Russians brought indigenous people to help them develop the area, and then they abandoned them there. And as they saw the ships sailing away and knew that they would never see their homeland again, they ran toward the cliffs, and they were either pushed or they jumped, and the trail where people feel these people and see these people running toward the cliffs.
So as far as ghosts go, have people seen these people?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And the whole fort that they developed, they have seen soldiers there and working during the day.
And this is covered in this.
And also here in Bodega Bay, the schoolhouse that Hitchcock used in The Birds
Right.
is haunted by a gentleman who moved to Santa Rosa and almost immediately got the measles, which was a death sentence back then. And he is seen on the top floor of the school where he was married, sort of reliving his happiest moments.
So, and there's been reports of people, tourists, have seen this,
Oh,
right?
yes, I see him looking out the window and
Oh, my goodness.
walking by, and
I have to go down there and look.
it's all kinds of
It's
stories.
down the hill from us. All right, so you carry this on your website as well.
I do.
As the book. And how do we find out more? By going to
LaurieJacobson.com.
LaurieJacobson.com. And if you go there, you can buy this, you could buy the book, you could send Laurie love letters, right? You can send Casper a love letter.
Yes.
Well, you can ask questions about John, too. because
Absolutely.
he's there. All right, well, let's say we wrap up this film, and when we come back, don't go away, because we'll have Tangela here, and we're going to find out what you're doing next, right?
Okay.
All right, off we go to the end of Flood. See you soon. Oh, what a good boy. He did give me a kiss. Anyways, welcome back to the show. They escaped on a helicopter.
Thank goodness.
No, it's good to have a helicopter nearby when it floods like it is here.
That is a handy thing.
It is. Anyways, what is next for Miss Laurie Jacobson?
Well, I'm working on a book on the history of the Sunset Strip. I hope
nice.
That will be my next one.
No ghosts in this one.
No, yeah, well.
So you're going to be writing a book, another one. How long will this book take for you to write?
I'm not sure, but I have been working on it literally for decades.
Decades?
Collecting stories and memorabilia and photos, and it should be pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, if it's anything like your Beatles book, you'll probably be traveling the world talking about this new book, right?
That'd be nice.
Well, you'll have to travel up the road to come see us, right? And show us. We want to be first. Just show it.
Okay.
All right? Promise?
Yeah, promise.
All right. Well, thanks for coming up, Laurie. And anytime she's close by. She can come up anytime she wants to. But if you want to come up and do the show again, come see us.
Thank you.
As far as you guys go, thank you so much for staying up late and watching our program. We know you could have been watching that other thing, but you stayed and watched us, and that's fun. I appreciate it. Tangela appreciates it, and so does Casper. See you next week, and don't forget, we love you. Bye. So, Laurie, with all this rain coming down, if the floodwaters get too high down there, you're welcome, you and John and Casper, to come stay with us.
Oh, Vincent, that's very nice of you, but there's one particular reason we wouldn't do that.